This is a video I've been trying to make for a while. I don't know, I guess in a way it's like an update video, and it's also just sort of, I don't know, a cautionary tale of how you can slowly destroy your life by just doing nothing, essentially. I don't know, I never really had like a good job. I'm 34, about to turn 34 this year. Never really had a very good job. I've had jobs for like, you know, up to 2 years. Um, I've only been fired from one of those jobs, and that was just like sleeping with my manager. I just definitely shouldn't have done that. That was probably like a mistake on my part. Um, Other than that, I've pretty much just like quit all my jobs out of like anger, or like at one of my supervisors was like always bullying me and like just being like super weird. It's like this like older guy. It was just super weird. And after I quit, he was fired. A couple other people were fired just for like the way they were treating people. I don't know. I just have terrible luck with everything. Like I'm just bad at everything. That's why I can describe it. Like I've attempted this video like 20 something times probably, and maybe this time the audio will be fine. Who knows? I won't know until I'm finally done, and I'm like, the engine sounds are kind of fucking loud. Uh, I have severe mental health problems. I've put myself, homeless multiple times over, and just like made terrible choices throughout my life, slowly but surely, assuring that I'm never gonna amount to anything. I never gonna find like the actual path to happiness or success. It doesn't help that I have depression, so no matter what I do, everything's like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. It's like no matter how hard I try to find happiness or try to find something that has meaning in life, I just can't. I haven't had any kids. I haven't been married. I've had a couple of longer relationships, but like nothing that ever amounted to anything. I I guess my fear of commitment is probably part of it. Um, I've seen a lot of bad things growing up as a kid, which didn't really help me. Um, my parents were gone by the time I was 10. Like my dad was just never really there. I met him like 1 or 2 times, and then my mom was she had bipolar disorder. Um, she was also a bit of a drug addict, so that wasn't super awesome. Um, yeah, they were gone super early on into my childhood. But one of the things that happened, except I was in and out of foster care a few times, and so I'd have to see like a psychiatrist to like have like an evaluation, like am I fine? I can't remember if I did it like 1 time, 2 times, but I she always told me like never tell him anything, never let on that anything's wrong, and that was probably like some of the worst advice I've ever had, because I've literally spent the next like almost 3 decades just like totally lost and confused and whatever autism and row of mental health issues that I have. Uh, but yeah, it's just been horrible. Like don't have a high school education. I've been hit on the head like a bunch of times, including just I've hit myself on the head a bunch of times when I was younger. Um, so I just have a really hard time memorizing things. I just have a hard time learning things. I have to do things so many times to like really lock in like what I'm doing. So not super awesome to teach. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just have so many barriers and just like anxiety, and so essentially I've spent the last like year just not going outside, not talking to anyone. Not that I had anyone to talk to before, but like just like not engaging with society in any way. Just literally playing video games, hitting the vape pen, sleeping, trying to convince myself that like, you know, There's only one way out. So I don't know. Hasn't been super awesome. Um, it's like no matter what I do, I've literally just been like soul searching for a decade and I can't figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, what my path is. I can't tell if it's like a faith thing or what, but it's just like if there was a God and he loved me or loved everyone type thing, like as long as you were a good person. Clearly, I'm not a good person because it's just like everything I try at, I fail at. Like no matter how hard I try, it's like the difference between not trying and maximum effort for me just ends up being the same. And it doesn't matter how much time I put in or how hard I try, but like I just never seem to really do any better or grow or maybe I improve slightly, but I can try and be the best at something, and the best I'll ever be is like super mediocre. Like, I don't know. I just suck at everything that I try. Everything that I try, I fail. Most things I don't even try because I just think I'm gonna fail, so I never do them. I don't know. But essentially, I've backed myself into a corner now where, even though I've been homeless multiple times, I've spent 10% of my life homeless, living in my car and this, that, and the third. Like, I always just try and be out of the way and like just find a path forward. But now the car that I've had for literally like 22, 23 years is pretty much on his last leg. So when I do leave, see, it's the crossover from already doing this and finding out like the audio just seems kind of scuffed. I don't have like a I never want to write things down or script things. I always just feel like I'll just do it live, and it's always bad. Like if you ever watch any of my other videos, they're always just like the ramblings of a madman. I don't know. This is all I'm gonna leave. This is all I have. Like I feel like the point of life, here on Earth or just life in general is of humanity is to have kids, sort of further the generation, further humanity, the line, like try and give back in some way, try and be remembered as a good person, try and do literally something, but it's just like I have nothing to give. I can't even give myself enough. Like I don't know. Every time I've ever given or showed kindness, it's never showed back to me, or it never, I don't know, never does anything for me, right? Like it always just like I'm kind on one end. I have a terrible, um, I'm a terrible judge of character. I can't tell who's a good person and who's a bad person, even though I think that I can tell. Like I can read certain things about people, but I don't know. I can't seem to tell whether someone's honest and trustworthy because every time I think they are, it's like I just get screwed over in some way. I don't know. My driving here is so terrible. Like I didn't really notice it. Like my driving, I feel like it progressively gets better or whatever. I feel like my driving now sucks, but I don't feel like I crash people out as much. My driving here was so greedy. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I literally potentially have to just pack all my things, have like my last $1,000, and walk away on foot. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It feels terrible. I've done this multiple times before, but my car's always been working or this, that, and the third, and it's like I could fix the battery on my car, but then there's so many other things wrong with my car that I don't know if I should even do that. I don't know if I just need to start over from like almost nothing. The only things I have that I don't want to lose a lot of stuff. I have like a computer and like a whole racing ring setup, and vintage video games and vintage toys and just all types of BS, right? I buy everything at the thrift store and I hunt cool things, or I used to hunt cool things. I literally haven't done that in over a year now. I don't know. So I just have things, right? Like things that I like or that are worth money that I'm gonna put into storage. And a bunch of stuff I'm just gonna like kind of just throw out. But I have like my mother's ashes and my cracked grandma's ashes. That's just a nickname I have for her. But yeah. And I think I'm gonna try and contact my sister who I've literally seen once in the last like 15 years. Be like, hey, would you like these things? I'm not doing super well right now. I don't know. Another thing that was super big on me just like growing up was, you know, be strong, be a man. Like, never, I don't know, never ask for help. Like, I don't know. I don't know what was instilled upon me, but it wasn't super helpful to growing as a person. And it's like, even though I have the understanding of like terrible things have happened to me and, no amount of like forgiveness or thought on the subject makes me feel better about like anything. It's like no matter what I do, it's like I can never truly forgive myself for just everything. Or I don't know, like I don't know how I unpack anything. It just feels like no amount of words will ever help me. It's like I've spent over a decade trying to like work through, just my grandfather passing away. And it's like I can't work through anything. I don't know how to grow as a person or better myself as a person, and it sucks because I literally have to do everything by myself. Like when I moved in this apartment, I was living in my car, I was working at the time, but I moved everything in myself. And then I slowly bought, furniture at the thrift stores, and I have even more stuff, and I'm not in very good shape anymore. And I have to move all this stuff out in probably one day. When I do the moving, because I'm only going to want to have the U-Haul for one day to cut down on costs and just everything. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've continually backed myself into the corner as much as possible to where it's like, well, the only answer is the answer that I'm far too weak to, you know. And the only thing I can think of is the thing that I'm far too weak to do, right? So I don't know. I don't want to like steal anything or take anything from anyone or commit crimes. Like I just don't. I don't want to be in trouble. I don't want to do anything. I literally just am slowly waiting to die of a heart attack. Which, again, the fact that I've not worked out or exercised or done pretty much anything in a year is not very helpful to me. And I don't eat very well. Like I don't know. I'm just stressing myself out to no end. It's super hot just because my computer's a massive machine that likes to overheat itself. And I've closed all the windows so that my couple of neighbors that live in the middle of nowhere where I live don't have to hear me rambling. That's another thing that hasn't really helped me is just like living in the literal middle of nowhere to where it's like, well, it's like a 15-minute drive to town. So there's like a gas station. So it's like I can't really work anywhere. I don't know. I used to work down the street at a factory, but that just didn't work out. I was constantly putting my like self in serious danger for like $160 a day. It just super wasn't worth it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I have to figure something out. I don't know if I should sell some of my stuff on eBay real quick and maybe like try and buy myself another month. I don't know if I should fix the battery on my car. I don't know if I should reach out to my estranged sister. I don't know what I should do. The only thing I know is that no matter what I do, I've waited so long that it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be fun. I did this exact same video like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago when I still had time to fix things because spend, rent, $650, other, all the other bills, internet, power, food, spend like roughly $1,000 a month. So I definitely could have fixed this quite a while ago. I just didn't get out in front of it. I've just done nothing. All my hair's falling out. It's been happening for a while. It's the longest my hair's been. I don't know, since I was a teenager. Something super wrong with me. I need to cut it all off. I need to shave myself bald. I gotta join the bald brotherhood. Oh, I hate myself so much. And it's like, no matter how hard I try to find happiness or find a way forward in life, I just always put myself back to zero. Something's so wrong with me, and I'm just getting older and older. I've spent literally about a decade, and in that decade, like a little less than a decade, like, I guess like 8.5, 9 years. I spent 3 of those years homeless, living in my car. Like, and I'm about to put myself right back in that situation. It's just something so wrong with me. Like, I don't know. I have such bad anxiety that I don't like want to talk to people or want to say anything. Like, I can't take like piss tests because I just like, it's not even that I'm embarrassed like by anything. It's like I could strip butt naked and it's like, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, it's whatever, but like I just can't do that exact thing on command. Like, it just feels so weird, and it's, I don't know, stage fright, I guess. But that doesn't really help with finding jobs. Being like, oh yeah, I have like stage fright. And it's like everyone just thinks I'm on drugs. Like, everyone just thinks like, so you have a meth problem. It's like, no, I just use like, I have a medical card usually, and I just use like medical marijuana. But yeah, I can see, especially with the way I look right now. Usually I wear hats, usually I look more presentable as a human being, but I wanted to look as terrible as I could for this because I feel terrible. I should feel terrible. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm driving terribly. I'm a crappy human being. I'm super selfish. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's like no amount of trying to talk through the issue fixes the issue. I'm just such a pussy. I am so scared of failure that I've wasted so much time in my life not even failing. The people who fail, or at least they're doing something. I don't know. I just don't see a path in life towards happiness or the way to get there. I'm just too lazy. There's something wrong with me. But no matter what, I have to keep going until my heart gives out, which could happen, anytime. Like, who knows? Like, there's no way I'm not at least halfway through the journey, being 33 or whatever, turning 34. I might have another good 10, 20 if I'm lucky, right? Like, I'd be blessed to have that much time. Some people don't even get as much time as I've had, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, unless hate is the thing that drives it. I don't know. That's it. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's super dark. My video's over. See ya.